Hello everyone, and this is Zach. Welcome to this special All Things Wild Q&A. Now for this Q&A session, I asked a few of my fellow vloggers if they had any questions that are burning in their heads that need answering, and luckily, they responded. Our first question comes from Craig at Craig the Scottish Guy, and he asks, what is my favorite place that I've ever been to? Now that's a little bit of a layered question because my default answer is always Disneyland, but in a vlogging sense, oh boy, Fresno Zoo ranks right up at the top of my list. I'm gonna have to say my trek up into Eastern Oregon though, John Day and Prairie City, that was some of the best that I've done. It was where I first started. I did it at the Thomas Condon Paleontology Center, at the John Day Fossil Beds National Monument. Just amazingly beautiful country, wildlife everywhere, both extinct and extant, meaning still alive, but I think I'm going to go with that. Eastern Oregon, John Day and Prairie City, so far is my favorite place that I've been. The next question comes from Betsy at Bits and Bites with Bets, and she asks, if I could spend the day with any animal, what would it be? Very good question, Betsy. I have had the opportunity to do something at the Fresno Zoo called Breakfast with the Elephants. This is back when they still had their pair of female Asian elephants, and what the deal was is you get at the zoo super early and you help the elephant keepers and the care staff get the exhibit ready for the animals. You spread out their food, you hide little snacks to aid in their enrichment. We got to help with a foot care training session, and then my wife and I got to eat breakfast on this little overlook that was overlooking the elephant exhibit, and they were out enjoying all the treats that we had hidden for them. And then after that, Shanzi and Carr painted us some artwork, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. So I think if I could, I would do that all over again. But any animal really, I'm not going to be picky. My wife and I have also had the opportunity to get up close and personal with an Indian rhino in the LA Zoo. That was amazing, so I would do that as well. And then of course, if someone invited me to go and spend a day with like a wolf pack or something in a sanctuary, oh yeah, I'd be on it like cheese on nachos. Does that work? That works. And the last question for this Q&A comes from Curtis at Curtain Care Family Vlogs, and he asks, do different species of birds interbreed? Well, they can. Just like you can get a hybrid of a wolf and a dog, or a wolf and a coyote, or a horse and a donkey to get a mule, you can have hybrids of different bird species, but like any other hybridization process, a lot of the times the young will not be viable, meaning they cannot reproduce on their own, unless of course you take different members of the same species. So for example, different types of pheasants might be able to breed and produce viable offspring. Different species of ducks can interbreed. But if there's any difference that's too drastic in their DNA, the difference in the number of chromosomes, they will not produce viable offspring. And quite frankly, it doesn't really happen that often in the wild. Birds are very, very hardwired to seek out members of their own kind to breed with. That's why so many birds have such bright plumage and such distinctive calls. They are looking for members of their own species to reproduce with. So, short answer is yes with a but. Long answer, no, but there's an if somewhere in there. Alrighty, that is going to wrap it up for my Q&A session for my fellow vloggers. Thank you so much to Craig the Scottish Guy, Bits and Bites with Betsy, and Curtain Care Family Vlogs for participating in the Q&A. If you want to check out their channels, they are linked down in the description below. Be sure to follow All Things Wild on Facebook and Instagram. All Things Wild for Facebook, All Things Wild 88 on Instagram. Thank you so much. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Have a wild day, everyone.